Hi there, my name's Renee, and in this video, I'm going to show you 3 things that you can do today to help bring in more customers to your business. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this short video. I'm sure you're likely wondering why it is I'm actually doing this and what's in it for me. Well, oftentimes local business owners are just so busy actually running their business that they do not have time or the incentive to learn how the internet can benefit them, how to utilize Google's algorithms to their best advantage. And also, sometimes the only hesitation to actually hiring somebody is they're just not sure who the expert is, right? And so I found that by giving you a free easy attack plan with things that you can actually do yourself, some of you guys will reach back out to me and ask to work with me. So it's just win-win situation all around. All right, so let's get started. Let's not waste any more time. If by the end of this video you like what you heard and you want to reach out to me, I'll put my details in the email, okay? All right, let me get rid of my face right here. Okay, I put food truck Anchorage since you mentioned you wanted to use food truck. So you got a new food truck going on. First thing that you will see when you put in a keyword is you'll have the ads shown up here. We don't have any ads there right now. The ads can work, but they can also be a money pit if your foundation, like your website, isn't dialed in. So you just want to be careful not to burn your money with Google ads until you know for sure that your site will convert. And most likely with food trucks, you're not going to want to be putting Google ads there. Okay, then we have this lovely thing right here, okay? Citations. All right, let me just show you. A citation is just any place that you are listed in a directory on the internet, right? This right here, we call this the map pack, these top 3 here. You've seen this and you've used these 3 top positions here when you've searched for business services for yourself. So I'm just going to show you how to get into that top 3 there, okay? Each business has a business name, address, and phone number, right? So a citation, those NAP, name, address, phone number, they're submitted word for word into directories, okay, like yellowbook.com, local pages, local.com, whatever, any directory on the internet. And each time that it is listed, it's 1 citation. And as you get listed, it sends a signal to Google that your business should be offered as providing these services. Okay, so coming back to here, you want to be in this map pack here. These 3 top businesses that live here get about 50% of the clicks when people are searching for these services. Now for a food truck, this is what they're going to be looking for straight up, is these top 3 right here. So increasing your local citations is the number 1 thing that you can do to push your food truck up into this map pack, or at least onto, you can see right here, onto this first page, right? You don't want to be stuck having to go to page 2, 3, etc., right? So that way you can be seen. All right, when you get more citations than your competitor, what happens is that you gain more trust than them from Google, and that is what pushes you above them in the map pack, okay? So there's some tools that we can use to actually go and find out where everybody's getting their directories from, and then so that we can list you in those exact same directories. And then of course you don't want to just match them, you want to increase the number of citations that you have compared to them. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to look at a couple websites from some other food trucks. Okay, so and here, these are directories right here, so we're going to skip those ones, but this one right here is an actual food truck. So I looked up the Hungry Deckhand. Here they are right here. Okay, and then another one that I grabbed was El Gringos right here. So I've looked at both of those. Okay, so content. What a lot of business owners don't realize is that Google really rewards people for having a lot of content on their homepage of their website. Okay, I looked at this one. El Gringos has 694 words. The Hungry Deckhand hardly has anything on here, but we'll look at one other thing after this and you'll see why. Okay, so we can go ahead and have a little look here at their backside of their website. Um, Google is really looking to promote people that have specifically buyer intent keywords. And so I can actually have a look at their website, can look at their keyword. They're being found for 28 organic keywords, and food trucks near me would be one of them. That looks like a bit sus, to be honest, that they're getting 3,000 traffic from that. So it could be interesting to see. Food trucks Anchorage, that is 30 search volume. So that's something that we can actually put into your front page so that Google knows what you want to be found for. Okay, so if I look here at the Hungry Deckhand, I can look at his keywords and I can see that food trucks Anchorage, he's being found about 3 times a month for that food trucks Anchorage, right? He's in position for there. So that would be one of the things. All right, so we briefly mentioned content. So content of your website, making sure that you've got buyer intent keywords and finding out what are the words that people are searching for. The third thing that I wanted to go over with you today is link juice or backlinks. So this third pillar will really help you dominate on Google. When we looked for this keyword here, food truck Anchorage, and we could see that these ones came up. The reasons that these came up is because this specific keyword right here is being found, right? And then the other thing that is helping them get to this spot here is that they have a good solid backlink profile. All right, so I'm going to look at this one here. This is the Hungry Deckhand. They've got 42 backlinks. This little tool will kind of tell me where they're getting their backlinks from. And the really cool thing about that is we can then go and actually get backlinks from the same place. What we don't want are these sort of spam backlinks. Google does not actually reward you for having these sort of backlinks. So it's not just the number of backlinks, it's also the type of backlink that you're going to be getting. Okay, I'm going to look at these guys as well. They've got some really strong backlinks in here as well. Some of them have been lost, but so Google will, except here's some spam ones. They don't want them coming from China, India. They don't want just links that are like from websites that are just built just for linkage, right? Google will not reward you for that. So that is kind of one of the things to kind of have a think about that. A lot of directories will provide links, blog posts, articles from online magazine articles, things like that. So you just want to make sure that in order to get on this front page right here of Google, you need authority, and the way to get authority is through a strong backlink. Okay, it really is like it's like the popular kids pointing to the other kiddo, and that gives them popularity points. That's kind of what it means. So I'm not sure if I explained that real well, but anyway, so we can go and get those backlinks, and then once we get you quality relative backlinks, then Google will bring you to the top of that front page. So okay, once again, we went over content. So you want to make sure that your front page has at least the same number. I would go for about 1,000 keyword, 1,000 words on your front page, but making sure that they have good quality buyer intent keywords. Citations, you want to have probably 150 to 200 directories you want to be in. And then link juice or backlinks, you want a lot of relevant sites that are pointing at you to show Google that you are the authority. So if you implement those strategies, you can be right at the top there with your food truck being found. So All right. I hope that was a little bit helpful for you. I feel like I rambled a little bit, but yeah, if you have any other questions or if you want to reach out to me at all, and just let me know. I'd love to be in contact. All right. My phone number is 907-242-2492, and hopefully we'll chat later. Thanks. Bye.